So I recently got into a little bit of a problem. I cracked this little piece here, and I also messed up the sensor, the ambient outdoor temperature sensor. So I have to remove the bumper to see if I can fix that sensor or I need to order a new one. So in this video, I'm going to basically be taking out the bumper and seeing if I could fix it. If not, then I have to just use the new part. Again, I'm not saying that this is the way that you're supposed to do it or the professional way, but this is the way I'm doing it, and I'm taking you guys for the experience. Anyway, I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, did I count wrong? I have 5 7mm screws that are here. I have 5 of them. I removed these 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because I think I need to remove them. Actually, maybe I don't even need to take out the whole bumper. Could I take this out without needing to take out the whole thing? Let me find out. If I can take that out without that, I don't even have to remove the whole bumper. Okay, I can't figure it out, so we're gonna take out the whole thing. The sensor is actually here. That broke off. So again, we have the 7mm screws that we took off. I mean, 5 of them, but they're number 7 size. And then we have 10mm screws. We took off 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. After we do that, we started to come over here and we had to remove the push clips that are here. 1, 2, 3. I think I removed 5. Yeah, just enough to get to the screws that are over there. You can kind of see them. 2 of them are already rusty. It's kind of worrying me, but whatever. We have to come to the other side and do that as well, which we already have. I definitely recommend a push clip tool, which I have one from eBay. I think I paid like $2 for this thing, so definitely helps not breaking them. But after that, we have to go and remove the screws from in there. I'm not gonna record exactly that, but yeah, you just have to get in there and remove those 3. So we removed the 3. If you can move the wheel, it makes life a lot easier. I might have to remove it to put it back on anyway. So there's the 3. I'm gonna do it on the other side now. So we removed the last 3 bolts over there, and I also realized that there is let me put my phone in there. This little push clip thingy majiggy that's really annoying. The other side came out really easily, but this side, these clips, you have to push them in from both sides. If I can get my camera in there, has these little push-ins. You have to push in from both sides and then pull down on the bumper. You basically need 3 hands, and you've only got 2. So I don't know. After you remove those 3, you have to actually start pulling this. You also have to keep in mind there is 2 clips over here. You could have removed this. I think this is actually pretty easy to take out after doing all of that. I think it's just these 2. I didn't. I just pushed down on the clips, and then I just pulled pretty hard, and then this came out and it made a really loud noise and scared me. But it came out. You could see. Whew. Excitement. But after this, yeah, I'm gonna finish pulling out on both sides. This is almost out. See the noise? Because these are held on by clips. Look at that. But yeah. So as I'm looking under at the bottom, we have, I think, 4 or 5 screws here that's holding up the bumper still. So right there, we gotta remove this one. Ooh, right here, and we should follow all the way through. I think there's 4, so yeah, gotta remove those. So what's holding it up is what you need to do to remove that. You need one of these little thingies. Has a number on it. T27 in the Milwaukee toolkit. It's a star. And yeah, I'm gonna connect this to my ratchet and get to work. So if you need to remove it completely, you are gonna need to remove these mud flap screws. Ironically enough, this is actually screwed to this and this. So, which I'm gonna probably end up doing. I'm gonna first see how bad it is. But anyway, don't forget, you just have to pull it hard. Right now I'm holding it up with this. But then it came out. This is what I was talking about, that stupid clip. Really pain in the butt. But yeah. The clips. And yeah. So it's only held up right now by this flat head. I hold on to this. We deal with this. Now the sensor that I broke is this one. Pain in the butt. So we're gonna see if we can fix this screw. This cable. But the more I'm looking at it, it's looking a lot more difficult than what I thought. So like I was mentioning, we get to this, and this is the part that's broken. We need to cut this open and then tie on the new piece. Now, I did order from Ford. This itself was like $200. Here is the sensor. Here is the harness. $200. Went to Amazon. Here is the harness. Here's the sensor. If this works, I'm gonna just leave that on. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to use this. But I bought this, see if I can save myself $170. If this does work, I will put the link down in the description and save you guys money as well. So I know it's not the best angle, but this is what I got to use. We're gonna be using a blade. Please be careful. Box cutter, technically. I'm gonna try to split this open. Careful with your fingers, guys. Don't need to make a trip to the ER. Actually, maybe we could take off the tape first. There's some tape that's around this. Maybe we could just cut some of that off. Be able to not have to actually split this open. I'm just removing whatever tape is around that might be holding this together. There's the wiring. Maybe we could pull this little blue thing out. Something is holding. Don't know exactly what, but something is still holding onto this. I think it's the inside of this. So here's the internal wiring. Can you guys see? Was I blocking it with my head the entire time? I don't know. But if I did, I apologize tremendously. You guys probably didn't want to just see my head. But nothing else to say besides I'm sorry. Taking off all the tape that is basically there. We will add new tape, don't worry. Be careful with cutting off any other wire. I'm just trying to see where this is connected. Trying to see. So it worked. What I ended up doing was connecting the piece together in my check engine light. I had to delete the check engine light and it didn't come back. Last time when I deleted it, thinking that I didn't know what the problem was, I just deleted it, seeing if it would just disappear. It came right back. Now it's gone. I let the car run for over an hour. No problem. So I do need to change this piece though. But anywho, that is a later problem that I will fix because I don't like my car like that. But point is, no check engine light and I have a working car. So yeah. So previous to not having the sensor plugged in, that fan wasn't spinning. Like you can see, it's spinning now, which is a problem. So now it's working. So to be completely honest with you, what I did was I guessed it and it worked. All I did was, so this was broken here, in essence where these two would be connected to. And all I did was connect one and one and then hoped that it would work. And that's what happened. So the red I connected with the green and blue wire cable that I just split and I put together, as you can see there. And here as well, I did the black with the green and white cable. And what I'm gonna actually seal it together would be this that I just picked up from Harbor Freight. They're really cheap, it's only $3 for 120 pieces. It's heat shrink, so should do the job. I think this is plenty big. I think this might be too big. Maybe one smaller than this would be better. Which would be maybe this. Yeah, this looks about right. So yeah, I'm gonna connect that and then I'll plug this back into here. And then I'm also gonna put some cabling that I bought, which is in the car still, but I'll show you guys in a second. So like I was saying, I also bought this for $3 from Harbor Freight. Probably Amazon it cheaper too, but it's just the protective wire wrap right there. 10 feet. I don't even need that much, but it's fine. This will eventually go here, but as for this, technically I should have put this on before I connected the two. But you know, we like to do things twice here. That's how we roll here. Doing things twice is always better than once. I'm trying to read how I twisted this on. Like so. Like so. So first thing to do is you grab your heat tube, slide it in through one side, all the way through, and then you want to connect it to the piece that you want to connect. Yeah, right? Connect it to the piece you want to connect. I could talk better, but it's not the most comfortable position in the world here. Now, this heat shrinking thing, is it needed? I think you can get away with tape. I'm just doing it because, why not? There's literally no other reason why, other than that. I have a heat gun too, so like I mentioned, I'm gonna grab pliers only because I don't want to burn my hand or anything like that. Connect with the heat gun. I'm assuming if the heat gun works, a hairdryer will work just as well. FYI, might be a little loud, but here's my heat gun. Okay, it works. Cool beans. Make sure then you want to put it down to exactly where it's covering. Then you want to start. Should start to shrink down. You can kind of see it being done, hopefully. It's pretty much not going anywhere. I gotta cut that to open it. Didn't need the pliers, to be honest. You could just use regular tape. If I didn't have that with me, I probably would use regular tape. So, yeah, that was also an option. Second but not least, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I have to do the second one. So I'm gonna grab another heat shrinking tube. This is bigger. What color did I use? Greenish? Can't tell which one's skinnier. I think this is the skinniest one that comes inside anyway. 532s. Okay. Anyway, gotta do the same thing over again. That worked a lot better than the first one. Trying to make this as straight as possible. Putting the tube through. A little extra. And then we are just twisting it around till we get a nice tight grip. More or less. Again, you could just use tape. And then what we're gonna do is just put that over and then seal it again. Actually, I'll show you guys again me doing it again. That's the middle, more or less. Heat gun it. One side is done. Turn on. Let's do the second one. Oh shoot, almost done. Oh shoot, look at how professional that looks. Second but not least, we're gonna use our tubing to protect these cables from any damage. We need I think maybe about 6 inches more or less, can't tell. Sorry, about 10 feet. We could have extra. More or less, we need to cover from here all the way up to here. So we cut here. That's how we do it over here. No measuring tape or anything. If you would notice this more, I probably would use a measuring tape. It'd be more professional. Cutting it open with the blade. Actually, this has a little split, so you can just don't drop it. So you can actually just slip the wire through that around it. You can basically. It's not the most comfortable thing to play with, but it'll work. We will make it work. So I have to somehow get it around this. Most of it is in now. All that's left is this little piece. And now we're good here. Now we just gotta tape that up so it don't move anymore. Now we're using our electrical tape. This tape is so old that I have here, but it'll work. As long as it tapes the two pieces together, I'll be happy. Cause I'll be happy. Yeah, that was a little cringy. Cut a piece of the tape. Again, this is my first time using or doing anything like this, so taking you guys with me on the journey. The only thing that, well, actually, I've had to order both anyway. The only thing difference between Ford and this Amazon was I ran the risk of it not fitting 100% or not working. I know Ford, it's gonna work because it came from Ford. So that's the only difference. Now we just grab another piece of tape, make sure, where's my blade? And then we just tape it over here. We know it's not going anywhere. And then you connect these two pieces here. And there are two holes over here. You can kind of see them. Just push them in. That's all you have to do. And that should be it. This would go here. Yeah, so this would be basically in here. Might have made this a little too big actually. Should I cut this so I can have more space to play with? I don't know what I should do. I think it's fine now. This is just to protect it anyway. Yeah, we're gonna leave it as is. We're gonna pick up any pieces of plastic that was broken so we can recover as much as we can, so we know what pieces broke and what pieces we need to replace, etc. This is fine. So yeah, I need to get a new piece of this that connects to the rubber. Need to order a new grill. But while I do that, I'm gonna also replace the whole thing to an aftermarket one to get a cooler looking one. I think they have the Raptor one that I wasn't gonna do at first, but since this happened, every thing that happens to life could be an opportunity. Remember that. No negative vibes. I was a little upset about my accident at first, but you know, things happen, we move on. I learned how to do this. So let's put this back together. Now we're gonna do the final check. See if don't look at my floor mat, it's ugly right now. Yeah, get a new one, but no check engine light. Oh shoot, disappeared. We're good to go. Didn't record because I didn't have it on the hand, but just pushed everything back together. Heard the clicking noises. Click, click. Just gotta push this back in. Done. Gotta screw that on, but. And then we come over here. So we hear a click. Or nice and flush. Still, this is what's bothering me. But whatever. Okay. This is fine. I want to do engine cleaning. I want to see if you guys know any place that sells a cover. I would really like a cover. But yeah, let me know if you do. Then you just have to put everything back together. I already put on the 10mm screws. Put on the 3 inside. All the way back there. You see those gray ones? All done on there. That's back on. Check engine's light gone. Now we just need to put back the pins here and then the 7mm sockets that were here. Bolts, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, and then we're done. The most used tool I used in this entire video was that lifesaver, the pin thing. It's basically all I needed. Well, I guess the socket, right? Set that I have, but yep. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I see you in the next video.